segment in all of sports. Let me get you caught up to speed. Last night in a doctor's office, after complaining about their obliques, he said he tore his oblique on the Peloton. An elite committee of sickos, analysts, and guys who are shocked at how much standing room only tickets are for the World Series.
It's too much.
Who's going?
It's too much, man.
$2,000. Fought and toiled and burned the midnight oil to deliver the best segment in all of sports. Again, it's an honor and a privilege. It's time now for Nick's Tears.
Indeed it is. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Kevin Wildes. However, I must say, and I don't know if it's ever been said on the show, that's a HIPAA violation. New eliminations. Saints and Giants. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
The Saints and Giants are eliminated. However, there is some pleasant news on the elimination front. For the first time in quite some time, when we get to the tiers, you'll see no one facing elimination this week. Because 18-week season, 18 teams ultimately have to be eliminated. We had some catch-up to do, but now through 7 weeks, 7 teams have been eliminated, so no one has to face elimination right now. So instead of facing elimination, at the very bottom of the tiers, very simple, bad teams. Jets and Jags.
Yeah.
How dare you include us with the Jags? Why? Because your defense is better? Well, your quarterback's worse. Because their coach is worse, you fired yours. They're bad teams, and they're not facing elimination. They're still alive. They're still a part of the tiers, but they're bad teams. Listen, it hurts my heart. In Duval County, they were considering I was giving a first things first day, but that was nice. That went the other way on us.
You got one win and you beat the Patriots.
No, yeah, listen, yeah, exactly. Hey, Wildes, this is the tiers, not Trevor Trash Hour. This is the tiers, not Trevor Trash Hour. You're saying there's a chance. I mean, I can see it. With the Rams and Cardinals, it's simple. How many wins is it going to take to win the NFC West? Seriously. It's not a shot at anybody. It's just, could 9 wins win the NFC West? Could the Cardinals offense get them to 9? Could the Rams get healthy enough to get to 9? And with Miami, it's about, is Tua coming back? Well, we know he's coming back, but how well will he play when he comes back? Will he stay healthy? And more importantly, how many wins will it take for that final AFC wildcard spot, which it does not seem like it's going to take double-digit wins the way we thought before the year? The committee, I'm going to be honest, pissed me off with this one.
Wow.
What was Nick thinking, Tier? Haha, good job, Marshall. All right, listen. I understand that I had all 4 of these teams in the playoffs, of the 14 playoff teams. The Bucks, I have no apologies for, and I just think now they're going to be in rough shape because of the receiver injuries. The Falcons are probably, because of the Bucks injuries, going to win that division by default. The Chargers, I got to say, at some point, this whole, hey, we're going to forego offensive weapons because we're going to have this amazing offensive line. That offensive line's got to be amazing. They're not scoring. Herbert's getting the snot kicked out of him again. It's a weird spot. The defense is pretty good. And the Cowboys, as a smart man once said, sadly, they're just common. It's not that good.
Fair.
Depends on the week. They can look really good on one side of the ball on any given week, or they can just look like an abject disaster. It really does depend on the week. Certain weeks, the Broncos is like, man, Bo Nix just checking down but being efficient. The defense is awesome. And certain weeks, it's like, well, they should lose to everyone. The Eagles, certain weeks, it's like, okay, they're firing the coach, and Jalen Hurts might have been way prematurely crowned. Then there's last week where A.J. Brown's running fly routes and everything's looking great. Colts find a way to win despite their quarterback completing 50% of his passes, and Geno carrying the Seahawks as he has for a few years. Potentially dangerous. All right, so you have to take all 3 of these teams seriously as a postseason threat. For the Steelers, the defense is better than it was even last year, in my opinion, and maybe there's going to be a Russell Wilson renaissance. I'm skeptical of it, but week 1, it's all we've seen from him this year. He was great. The Bengals, we know how good the offense can be. And the last couple weeks, the defense showed it at least isn't going to be the worst defense in the NFL. And the Niners, if they get all the Avengers back, and we know they're not getting Ayuk, but everyone else, Christian McCaffrey, we saw them with Jimmy Garoppolo one year start terribly and then find themselves in the NFC Championship game. This is my favorite tier. Young quarterback crown. One of these 4 guys is going to wear it at the end of this year. Right now, it's tentatively CJ's, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, some people thought Jordan Love last year. They were similar seasons, similar playoff runs. But then there's the new rookie class. Jaden, it looked like, he's going to steal it. But then Jaden got a little shot to the ribs. We don't know when he's going to be back. And then there's Caleb, slowly lurking. Everyone was excited for the Jaden-Caleb showdown. Caleb showing up. I don't know if Jaden is. Jordan Love is amazing highs, little lows. People saying Brett Favre, that would be a great thing. Or the bigger concerns like poor man's Josh Allen without the running, that wouldn't be great. And CJ, 86 yards, 86 yards. I'm old enough to remember when a quarterback on this list had 90 yards in the first game of their whole career and everyone threw him away. 86 yards, everybody gets a pass. I'm just saying it happened. Is this finally the year? 7 Super Bowl appearances between these two tortured fan bases. 0 Super Bowl victories. Some of the most unfortunate, unlucky moments in NFL history, that team was on the other side of. Yes, I understand Minnesota had the Minneapolis Miracle in their favor, but they also had the Gary Anderson game. They also had countless incredible bad luck Super Bowls. The Bills had the Music City Miracle go against them. 4 straight Super Bowl losses, 13 seconds game. Is this finally the year one of these two teams breaks through? Probably not, but maybe. Dynamic and terrifying, very simple. They're dynamic offensively and terrifying offensively. The Lions have the thing going for them the Niners had a couple years ago, which is you play them, you lose twice. Probably lose to them, definitely lose the next week. Every team that's played the Lions has lost the following week. The Ravens, meanwhile, as long as they're not playing the Chiefs, they're going to win more often than not. And then, of course, top of the tiers, Kermit's Christmas Revenge. Double revenge game. Bring me the board, please.
Oh, wow.
When's the last time the Chiefs lost? On Christmas. Who was it to? The Las Vegas Raiders. What happened after that game? Well, this guy, Antonio Pierce, said they have the Chiefs recipe. And then this guy, I had to Google his name again because I forgot about him and his 0 tackles and 12 snaps this year. Trent Taylor brought out the Kermit nonsense at the training camp. I don't know if we have the video of it, but regardless, double revenge spot. We're coming for you, Trent and Antonio, with your little Mahomes recipe.
Wow.
Top of the tiers.
Wow.
There it is.
Well done.
Greg Jennings, go ahead, sir.
Well, there we go. I'm just going to get straight to it. The Eagles, I'm going to address this right now because
I have them too high?
No, Eagles are too low, and it hurts.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, we don't need to do the.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg.
Stop it, Wildes. Just listen. Like,
You really put you in your
I
place.
agree
when
with
you
you,
said,
Greg.
I mean, it depends on the week. Well, we're going to see this week because you got 2 teams above them in the Bengals and the 49ers that I believe should be below them. And the Eagles should rise above those teams. I understand it's not the standings.
No, I got you.
But when you look at their body of work, it's better than those 2 teams' body of work. And then you start to compare these teams and you start to identify, well, what is Nick talking about when he says, well, one side of the ball is special, the other side not so much. And I was assuming you were talking about their defense. So you know what I did? I said, let's look at their defense versus these other 2 teams' defense because we feel like the 49ers defense is great. We all know the Bengals defense is trash. But when you look at the Eagles defense, look, they're 7th in points per game allowed. Yards per game, they're 9th. They're better than the 49ers. You mean to tell me their defense is better than the 49ers
Courtesy
defense?
of Daniel Jones, friend.
I mean, look, hey, whatever it takes, Miles, whatever it
Play
takes.
who's on the
And then when you look at their rushing stats offensively, we know that they got weapons outside on the perimeter, but let's see who runs the ball better. Again, the Bengals, we don't look at them as a running team, but guess who we do look at as a running team? The 49ers. And where do you have them? Above the Eagles. 7th in rushing yards per game, but the Eagles are 2nd in yards per rush. They're 7th. Like, they're better. And then when you look at what they're starting to get back healthy, one team, I don't know if they're going to get back healthy.
Well, no,
Look, the reality of it is the Eagles are a better football team, and so I don't know why they're so low. They're going into the bye. They had 8 giveaways. which was something that we would talk about all along with Jalen Hurts.
And now they've cut it out.
Outside of coming out of the bye, they haven't turned the ball over.
You know, they also still haven't scored in the first quarter. When I was talking about the different sides of the ball, you assumed I meant the Eagles' defense. The Eagles' defense, I think, is a little overstated by those stats. I have real questions about the Eagles' offense as well and the Eagles' quarterback play. And I also think the Eagles were hanging by a thread. And then they beat the Browns and then rolled the Giants. And now you're saying they're back. I don't think they're back.
Whoa.
It sounds like
Whoa.
It sounds like
I'm
you're
not even saying that they're back. I'm saying that they're better than those two teams that
right,
you have
but
above.
I think the Bengals are going to beat them this weekend. I think they are. It sounds like we know Greg Jennings upset alert. You guys are on a little 2-game upset alert losing streak, so you better get it together. But Eagles +2 could be a good one for you. Listen, to be clear, I argued to the committee the Eagles might be a touch too high on this and was overruled.
Wow.
Listen, they're alongside. It's a bunch of 4-win teams.
Yeah.
The Seattle, Denver, Eagles, and Indy. They're all 4-win teams.
But they're 4-2, right? The Eagles. They have a better record.
Yes, the buys came at
Those are
different
4-3.
times. Yes.
Look, I agree with you, Greg. The Eagles are too low, and the Bears are too high.
Why?
I get it. They match the cute little title, Young QB Crown, so that saves you a little face. But they need to come down at least one tier, if not two. Here's why. You know I'm big on who you beat.
Yep.
And the Bears have beaten a bunch of chumps, cupcakes, and what's the word I'm looking for? Words. Tomato cans. That's it. Tennessee. Now, Tennessee got a great defense, but we know, and they should have beat Chicago. That was Caleb's first game, only threw for 98 yards, 93 yards. Okay. The Rams. And they barely beat the Rams, one of the most injury-riddled teams in the league. Carolina. Jacksonville. Not a 3-win team among them. Only 1- and 2-win teams. And then here's the thing. Now Caleb has played better, but over the last 3 weeks, okay, great. But against who? That's my point. These are the defenses that the last 3 weeks that they've shined against. These are their ranks. The Rams, 25th worst defense in the league scoring. Carolina, dead last. Jacksonville, 30th. You better put up points against them. And one of the things that unlocked Caleb was the run game. DeAndre Swift's first 3 games, only 68 yards total on the ground. Last 3, he's averaged 86 yards a game. Oh my, and that's helped Caleb out understandably. But here's the deal. These are the ranks of the rush defenses that they've done that against. The Rams, 30th. But that's only because they give up 274 yards in the air. Why in the world would I run against Jacksonville when I can throw for 300?
Okay.
I ain't running against them. And then Carolina, dead last, the Rams, 30th. So they haven't been tested.
Well, guess what?
Caleb's
They're not going to be tested. They're going to be 7-2, and you're going to be mad at me.
Tested.
No, but not for another 2 weeks. I'm just telling.
Wait till they get to that NFC North.
Okay, but that won't happen for another few weeks. The Bears are going to be 7-2, and by this metric, you're going to see. Jaden ain't playing.
He's not playing.
By this metric, but listen, Marcus Mariota gives you Jaden Daniels level production at those points. We'll see. I'm telling you he did.
Nick is dying.
I'm telling you he did.
He's the biggest Marcus Mariota fan this week.
I'm just telling you what we saw. Go ahead, kid.
I'm putting the 49ers up.
Oh, are you with Greg then? He wanted them down.
Yeah.
I'll stay out of it.
Well, here's the thing. Is it the ranking? Is it a power rankings?
No.
A snap? That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of projection.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of historical precedent.
Yeah.
So, historical precedents, the 49ers are always good. A little bit of projection, everybody's coming back. They're going to beat the Cowboys this week, then it's a bye, and then watch out. CMC is back. And we've seen the graphics. When the 49ers have Christian McCaffrey, they'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
That's my main point. Well, the other one, I believe in Brock Purdy. No one wants to believe in Brock Purdy.
I believe in Brock Purdy.
Well, I know, but if you talk about young QB crown, Brock Purdy's like, huh? I stepped off the field in the Super Bowl with the lead. I'm not eligible.
Hold on, wait a second.
Excellent point.
Wait a second.
Jordan Love's been in the league
Take the rookies out of it. Take the rookies out of it. Those other quarterbacks on there. You think Brock Purdy's better than CJ or Jordan?
I'm a quarterback wins guy, so.
So I'm right. Yeah. Well, he has 3 this year.
I do.
He has fewer than both of them.
How many does he have in his career?
Career quarterback wins guy.
Of course I am. I'm a quarterback wins guy to my bone marrow.
Okay, so you think he's better than CJ Stroud?
I'm a C.J. Stroud fan.
But okay, so you don't. Do you think he's better than
Jordan Love? Yes.
Okay.
I need to see Jordan. I know Jordan Love won one playoff game. Don't get me wrong. Against the team that collapses all the time. I need to see a little bit more.
Okay.
One guy went to the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship game, and one guy beat the Cowboys.
I don't like to comment on others' takes.
No, but go ahead.
I'm very disappointed in your take.
Me too.
The
Jordan Love?
49ers, do you know who they've won their games against?
Oh,
this
yeah.
year?
Oh, give it to him. That's Bruce.
Hey, Dusty, do we have that for Wildes?
If not,
the
let's just hold it up to
49ers
him.
win?
Here it is.
Like, they beat.
Oh, wow.
Look.
They beat the
They
Jets.
beat the Jets. Oh, my God.
Oh,
What do you want me to
Look
do?
out.
That's what
they beat
Look
the
out.
Patriots.
They beat the Patriots.
Oh, my.
Oh, my
Team of the
goodness.
century. I don't know.
Seattle's a good one.
Seattle's, I mean, but what?
Okay, are they going to beat the Cowboys?
Who knows?
Who exactly?
And
They
here's the
possibly-
thing.
Smashed the Cowboys last week.
and
Then
you're
they got to
also-
bye. Then CMC's back.
KW.
Then you're playing the injured
KW,
Bucks.
but
you already beat
hold on.
the Seahawks. I'm a week.
The
I like the
beginning-
49ers all of a sudden. That's
you
Jordan
picked-
Love.
First of all, you are a 49ers guy. You picked him to win the Super Bowl. You did.
Barely liked him.
That's first of all. Second of all, you started your whole argument is based on a foundation of lies.
What?
You started it by saying, "Oh, they're getting way healthier." Man, when I was at that oblique specialist yesterday, you know who was in line behind me? Half the 49ers offense.
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings, like, I got to get something looked out. Debo Samuel.
CMC needs 2 weeks.
Maybe.
No. Kyle Shanahan. Hopefully.
Kyle Shanahan had him probable week 1.
That
in
is
week 2,
gamesmanship.
he was in Germany, and in week 3, the Achilles tendonitis had spread like
To
a
the other
fungus
leg?
to the other leg.
This German doctor, what are you doing, dude? As far as like
This is what I'm
least valuable players, you go all the way to Germany, you come back more injured than you were when you got there?
That's what I'm saying.
Step your game up, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Ricky Purcell got shot. He's on the field. You go to Germany, come back with double tendonitis. Move them up.
Oh, my
Coming up after the.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.